the thing about Japan though is like all the buildings are made out of fucking pure concrete because they have to be earthquake resistant or whatever. And out there in Misawa where we were, it never got really above 75. So it was never really hot in the house. So it's not like this fucking
blowing would create the heat.
It's not like a fucking possum having a hotter than a possum threesome in a mailbox,
bro. And I swear, no building I ever went into my last trip to Louisiana was over 75 degrees, under 75 degrees. Like it was so hot. Every building I went into in Louisiana.
See, right now I'm in a basement. Like everybody's complaining about how hot it is in their office. I'm like, bro, I'm on the ground. Fuck y'all.
It's like 60 down there, isn't it?
It's fucking great.
Basement.
They're cold.
We can't even
Basement's
have
always
basements.
cold. I'm surprised you have a basement where you're at.
Exactly.
Yeah, so all the main buildings, so they're all historical buildings. They're all built in the 40s. Or whatever. So like the building that I'm in right now or whatever, when 9/11 happened, the basement pre the remodel, that's where freaking President Bush gave the speech.
Oh.
Was in that basement where I'm at right now.
You're just giving away government secrets.
No. Basements in that fucking museum.
They have basements in California, Jay?
I was just going to say, we had the last two big storms. We had all those storms coming out through, this last winter. Fucking two tornadoes hit within 30 minutes of me. And tornadoes in California, the fucking tornado warning. Get in a basement. Really, lady? Know your audience, all right? There's like one basement in every 7,000 houses out here. Shut up. There is no basement. No, but so my neighbor's got a little one. And then growing up, one of my mom's boyfriends, his house had one out in the country, but they built it. So it's not standard by any means.
In Wyoming, pretty much every house has a basement. I think it's just tornado reasons, but pretty much every house has a basement. They're always like, it's basically just perfect temperature down there for like a wine cellar, or it's always cool.
Yeah,
it could be the dead of summer. It'd be 100 degrees. That's pretty much the only reason. It's like 50 down there.
The only reason there'd be one in California at this rate. I mean, basements aren't really good for earthquakes because the shit will just fall into it. So
Well, but the thing about it is nowadays though too, with when it comes to talking about wine cellars and all that stuff, nowadays like with that modern style, they're building them into the house or whatever, like out of a wall, but then they just glass encase it.
Yeah.
Or whatever, and it's very, very thick glass, and it most of the time has its own fucking dedicated AC in it just to keep it that cool.
See, I have like a weird half basement thing. They call it a daylight basement. So like I'm on a bit of a slope. So the main floor of the house is like where the driveway and the garage and shit are at, and everything else is underground. But you go downstairs and the one whole side of the house is like got windows and shit in it. It's considered a basement, but they call it a daylight basement. So it's like half in the ground and half out of the ground.
That's where your second porch is, that downstairs porch?
Yeah. It's a concrete pad. So it's basically like it's in a foundation, on a foundation, then pad poured into it, and then the porch out the back and shit. But the other side of the wall is like in the fucking ground.
Yeah.
Like, I have a crawl space where my heater and shit's at, but like a little hobbit door you can climb through. But everything else is like buried in the fucking ground. It's weird. It's like a half basement. But it does stay cooler down here than it does the rest of the house generally. So
yeah, that Ashley was talking about it the other day. She walked outside. She goes, "Tell Scap I'm coming."
I was about to say that. I was gonna bet that's like. I feel like the whole country's going through like this record heat wave. It is California and Washington feeling it too?
Not a record for us.
Not for you?
Not at all. It's not a record. We've had shit. We had one that was like 6 days of 100 this year, but no, this is nowhere near a record because there was a year we had 11, 13 days straight of 100 plus.
Yeah, we've been in triple digits for 3 months straight. Not a break.
Cute.
Nah.
Shut up, desert.
It was 70 today. We're not experiencing that on the where I'm at, Pac Northwest.
It is 9:40 here, and it is currently 90 degrees. Feels like 101.
It's 93 here right now.
Fuck that, dude.
And I'm in the garage. It was 100.
We're down to 87 right now.
You got AC in your garage, Jay?
Nope.
Oh,
no,
Jesus.
that's why the garage open.
It's 97.
It's not even
I'm
open.
at.
I asked.
Jesus.
That's why I asked if you can hear the fan.
That's amazing. Like I always said, if I could find a place that was fall year round, I would love it.
Yeah,
like Texas fall.
Go to Masala.
It's like that here.
You just get snow.
It's like the summer here is between 65 and like 85 generally fluctuates.
No, I want a place that stays like,
but it's
75 year round.
Oh, San Diego,
I don't
man.
have to swim in water. Man.
Yeah, San Diego.
San Diego. I lived there for a long time.
And that's not California.
It's California.
Yeah,
he doesn't want to live in California.
Like that's not California.
San Diego and South is good, and then like north of
it's still
Fresno,
California.
It's California, but it's the better part of California. Northern California.
I have to pay 10 cents to get a fucking bag to take my groceries home.
I gotta pay 8 cents here, dude.
You don't want to go to San Diego because they pay per mile down there already.
Politics and stuff aside, as a Texan, at a pure like loyalty to Texas, I couldn't go to California.
Yeah,
I don't want to ever go back. I mean, I grew up there at least for the first 10 years of my life. I lived in North County, San Diego, and Carlsbad until I was like 10, and then moved to Wyoming. And then I did a tour there in the Navy for 4 years in San Diego, Coronado. But it's like 75, 80 all year, dude. It's fucking so boring.
Don't think you get a pass, AG. Las Vegas is just extreme East California.
This is true.
It's basically like Barstow, right?
That's why I don't live in Vegas.
Fuck. It is so... Dude, when I was out there, AG, when we met up, dude, I was fucking dying, bro.
It's
dying.
Yeah,
it was like 110, 113. I'm like, I'm fucking trying to drink water. I'm like, please don't die in this heat. Because, I came from like 65, 70, bro. That's like temperatures here. When you're hitting in the hundreds, you're like, oh my God, where's this fucking person train at so I can get on it and enjoy some AC? Like, we're just planning on walk through all the casinos if you're walking the strip, because at least you get some fucking AC. Right. You're walking on the street, you're dying, dude. Dead.
But you gotta think
I
it's
wonder
like
if
110 in the shade.
Yeah.
They did that shit on purpose. It's like, more people will be in our casino if we put AC in and keep it like 60.
Bro, it's so fucking beautiful inside when you get out of that heat and that rush of cold air hits you when you walk in the front door. You're like, oh my God, yes.
Bro, but that wall of heat that hits you when you walk out of it, though, it's instantly like you start breathing different.
Yeah. It's like extreme. You get it the same whether it's extreme heat or extreme cold. I would say extreme cold is probably fucking far worse to feel, especially in the lungs. But man, that heat hits you like a bat, dude. You're like, whack.
Where are we talking about?
The heat going from AC to like extreme heat, like triple digits.
You mean everyday life for us, for three of us?
Yeah, I don't feel sorry for you. That's what you know. Yeah, it's fucking hot, dude. That it hits you like a bat,
See, the difference between us, though, is like two of us have, well, I would say probably only one of us has never seen humidity under 70, mostly in the 90s. That's different. Like a wet heat, here, bro. A wet heat is so much different than like a dry heat. Dallas, Shreveport, that they're about the same high north. It's a little bit more manageable, but down here, it's damn near fucking... Might as well be in the Amazon.
Bro,
on my trip last summer Tennessee, we were chasing the heat wave that went through last year and the storms. We got to Tennessee, it was 104, and the humidity was like 98.
Yeah,
It's hard to breathe at that
it's
heat.
117 degree heat index because of the humidity. I was like, fuck. You step out into a bathtub. That was fun.
My
Yeah, right
humidity
now
Dry heat out here.
Good.
I would say my humidity throughout the day goes from like 70 up to about 95. It fluctuates depending on the time of day.
Yeah, mine
You
right
have
now
that
is
much?
71, but it stays about 85, 90
Yeah.
during the day.
Mostly we get the highest humidity like in the evening and in the early morning.
But
Midday it's like
wet,
70.
We're
that
high right now.
humidity just makes the air so much thicker and harder to inhale.
That's salt air.
It's not
Like
even
salt
really
water.
salty.
Yeah,
It's not even really all that smell. Like when I go down to Galveston, I can smell the salt. Like you can't smell it up here.
Usually
Know what I
we're
mean?
like around the 12 to 15. It's 25 right now, which is high for us out here. It was 60 this morning, which is high for us out here. In
Dry
California,
as
we don't get humidity.
fuck, dude. I
Yeah.
couldn't stand it when I went back to Wyoming on this short week that I was gone. It was dry as bro. I was like fucking bloody nose and shit all the time because it was so fucking dry, dude.
That's how AG lives every day.
We're now talking about the weather. We are boring old men.
I do have a topic. I do want to hear everybody's thoughts because conversation came up at work the other day, and people thought I was fucking crazy for this. All right, how old's your daughter, Skip?
17.
17. Okay, so yeah, we're in the same boat right here then. So y'all all know about Scotch. We had to put him down, all that stuff, right? And Piper said she wanted to get a tattoo to pay homage for the dog. I'm all for it. I said, pick it. We'll get a matching one or whatever. And she turned 17 in 2 months? Yeah, in 2 months. So when she does. And I was like, but I get to pick the artist. Because I'm not just going to do some shitty ass, like, something out here and, dumbass report.
Sure, yeah.
I'm going to end up going to, like, Waxahachie. Waxahachie has got some of the best artists I've seen that are close.
I think there's at least one from Shreveport that's amazing. Because I think I'm pretty sure I've seen somebody from Shreveport, Louisiana on Ink Master that did some.
He doesn't live here no more. Okay. He's in Cali now. I know who you're talking about because I knew him from way back when. But yeah, but everybody was like, "You're gonna let your 16-year-old daughter get a tattoo?" What do y'all think? Like, and it's just for the dog.
Mine's
and that's
18. Mine's 18, and she was tattooing herself stick and poke at 14. But her mom did the same thing. I waited till I was 18 and I skipped school to go get my first one. But I'm all for it. Like if you're the parent, it's your judgment. You know what I mean? Like it says 18, but with adults, your parents' permission.
I don't give a shit.
I
don't give a shit either
nothing
way.
wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it.
Depends on the state.
I don't give a fuck what they think.
Not all states allow it.
Texas, Louisiana don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But like for me, like I don't give a fuck. What they say at the office, like because we got in a big old debate about it, and they finally figured out I don't give a fuck. But like y'all, what do y'all think? Like
especially if it's something memorable, like her first fucking dog that she probably remembered her entire life, like that's. If it's something like fucking, I want to get a butterfly in my foot. No, you can wait till you're 18. But something like that. That's, and she's almost fucking 18. She just turned 17, 16.
Yeah, we got that dog in 2010.
Yeah.
She was 4 years old, and we got that dog, almost 4. And we got that dog, and he just died. So I mean, he's been there through that many years of her life.
I wouldn't give it. Yeah, I would.
I don't
100%
think.
Say, let's go.
I think for me, if my daughter asked me, she's 17, she'll be 18 in March next year. So if she asked me like, "Hey, You know, if it was possible, I don't know if it's legal in this state, even with parent permission, but if she asked me if it was something tasteful, I probably would be fine with it. And I think that would be something tasteful, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I'm not like, don't get a giant dick tattooed on your thigh, you know what I mean? But like,
Yeah, nothing like nothing that can be seen.
Too late.
yeah.
You don't have one?
I'm not going to say whether I have one or not.
Mine's just a bruise because that bitch is heavy.
Well, see, that was the thing.
Didn't realize I was gonna have him trace it.
Mine wraps around my back and then wraps around at the front on the thigh. It's like a snake.
Trouser snake.
Yeah, I had that tattooed just so like I could like imagine how it would be.
Let me get it.
What do you think, AG?
I wouldn't be opposed, man, honestly. I mean,
I don't know.
you have tattoos though, right?
I do.
Yeah, coming from Mr. Sleeved Out himself.
Yeah.
I only got one sleeve.
One sleeve.
One.
You are sleeved out on one arm. Come on now.
This is true. This whole arm.
It's just one sleeve.
My whole arm is all the way.
Yeah.
No,
What do you
yeah,
think, man?
I don't know. 17. Yeah, I mean, as long as it was tasteful.
Yeah, I think so. That's
I mean-
kind of where I'm at, dude.
I mean, fuck, my daughter's 14 and she's already got a bunch of piercings.
Yeah.
Mine does
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, that's
Fine.
another thing, like the double standards of a lot of things, and like we're okay with them getting pierced.
Well,
But not
piercings you can
tattooed?
take out and make
Yeah.
them go away. Tattoos you cannot
You
make go away.
can make them go away now though.
They don't ever really fully go
They
away,
will never
man.
fully go away.
It'll always be
You
a
can get them
scar.
covered up with something better, or you can get them fucking lasered off. There's still going to be some remnants of it, but it's getting better and better as time goes by.
Yeah. I would say nothing like, I would say probably nothing on the arms, and then like nothing on the neck, face, nothing on the hands
Yeah,
and arms.
yeah.
Nothing
Right now.
If you're, I would
Yeah,
say if you're
yeah.
wearing pants and short sleeve shirt,
Mhm.
if it can be seen, don't get it. But
That's
if
kinda where I'm
it
at.
can't be seen,
No, see, for me, like if she said she wanted to get it on her forearm or whatever, I'd probably let her do that.
Yeah, I don't
see,
know if
I would
That
let
I-
them wait for that.
Yeah, that I wouldn't do because later on
But-
or down the road, say a job, it's like not, just
But
job-wise
let's
or
let's be honest.
opportunity-wise.
When she's our age, though,
it ain't gonna matter.
face tats are gonna be fucking. Yeah, it ain't gonna matter really.
No.
I almost
But
think you're
yeah,
right,
It's
dude.
it literally is just our old fashioned ways that says nothing below the
Yep.
fucking shirt. You know what
Yeah,
I
I
mean? Like
would-
face tats and neck tats are more and more acceptable.
I would say,
Yeah, see, I wouldn't let her do neck. I wouldn't let her do, freaking face, anything crazy like that. Hands,
yeah.
all that stuff. I wouldn't let her do stuff like that or whatever. But if it was like on the forearm, I'd be like, all right,
I would, for me, it'd be like short sleeve shirt, like where I'm wearing, I'd say up
Yeah.
here, and nothing on the neck and face. That's kind of where I think my lines would
I
be.
think she's she's
Mine's
thinking about
still
doing
that
it.
lines. Like if you notice, like mine stops like right where my shirt ends.
I think she's thinking about either doing it on her side or her leg.
Yeah. Legs, wear pants. You cover it up easy if you have to.
Yeah.
It stings.
You know, it does.
I kept all mine upper body
Don't you
because
have
I
it-
didn't want people looking at my legs.
You know what hurt
Hey.
on my arms the most though? Everybody always says the inside of your arm hurts, like where I have
It's the elbow.
It's
Mine was
not.
like
the
right
back.
here and
Back
here.
Oh, yeah.
armor
Yeah.
hurt.
The skin is so
most.
thin, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody always says
It's
the
like-
inside of the arm right here because it's sensitive right there. No,
would say-
the back hurt worse.
Mine, I got like when it got close to the pit, man. Close to
Yeah,
the
the pit
armpit. It was
was a
kind of
Yeah,
little-
mine
little
mine comes
sensitive.
down right here,
And then up
that shit
here,
hurt.
when it started to get up here, like,
Collarbone?
on the trap and collarbone, yeah, that was
I think the one,
So-
that was a little sensitive.
the calf for me, I have a big
Little
tattoo on my
tender.
calf, and it fucking hurt, dude. The whole
Yeah.
thing, man, it hurt. Worse than my
Yeah,
arm.
legs hurt.
I
My
imagine
elbow honestly wasn't that bad. It really wasn't. It just the weird thing about it is you just feel that needle bone grind because it's right there. But it wasn't.
I likened the tattoo to being drug on a concrete, like that area being drug on concrete slowly. That's what being tattooed feels like to me.
Yeah,
it hurts and it's just fucking just making road rash all down your fucking arm or wherever you're getting tattooed, but it's like a slow pull.
It's like cutting.
So you feel it more. Really.
What I like with all the ones that I've got or whatever, like, and it's pretty much been the same guy that's done all of mine, is he'll start at the spot that doesn't hurt, because by the time he gets to the spot that will hurt, it's already fucking numb, from the pain. So
you're used to it.
Yeah, like you kind of get used to it, but it's I still fucking feel it, but it's not as bad as if he tried, because he fucks around.
Mine don't either.
Well, he'll fuck around with me because he'll like do some of the outline, like on this one when he got right here. Yeah. That was a little sensitive, but he started to do the outline very first right there, and I was like, dude, you can go fuck yourself. And then he started it somewhere else, and by the time he finished this whole piece, I was like, okay, that wasn't bad.
I have some outlines. A lot of people like outlines. They're fairly painful, but I think probably the color that I got that hurt the worst was yellow. I don't know why, man, but yellow fucking hurts.
I have yellow all up in this right here.
Yeah,
I have eagles, so I have yellow in mine too, and I don't really feel a difference in the ink. Man. I may not like be paying attention.
It wasn't the ink; it was the depth. I think they have to go for that color to stick really well.
White is the worst.
I have a little bit of white. Yeah,
I have a lot of white.
I have a lot of white, and that's the only actual like color in mine. Is all the white in the outline and stuff. Everywhere there's white, and that fucking hurt.
Yeah, they gotta dig. They gotta dig pretty deep.
Yeah, I'm like, they just keep going over it and over it and over it, and they're like, okay, is that fucking enough yet, dude? Jeez.
All right, my third tattoo now. My third tattoo, The guy was a professional tattoo artist. He was just working in construction at the time. I met him working a summer job with my dad. Or no, I was 19. So I was actually living with my dad, and we were working with this guy, and he was probably a crackhead too. I mean, he was into drugs and shit. But we got tattooed in his kitchen, and this is a big dude, like bigger than AG. Like he had fucking sausage fingers, and when he got done with my tattoo, he fucking took that hand and just smacked the shit out of it. Had to set the ink. It's like, you motherfucker.
Yeah,
that's just as hard as he could.
That's an asshole move.
Yeah, that is.
Is that the asshole move, or is calling AG big the asshole move?
No, he's a big
AG's
dude.
a big dude.
He'll tell you.
I mean, he's not tall, but he's a stout motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah.
He built AG built like a fullback. Okay,
I was built like that.
I'm just fat.
I wouldn't want to take a punch from
fat.
him. I'll say that.
Fat. You're stout. Like, I got a belly and chicken legs and barely any fucking upper body. You're stout. Like you're like, you carry yours, and
there's nothing there. It's just nothing. Don't worry about it.
No. That motherfucker could pick up a keg and throw it at least over and under 8 feet.
I might have tossed it.
Let's take bets here.
In my day,
over under 8 feet. He can throw a keg.
Nowadays, I don't know. I
got that old man
throw
strength.
A disc now.
Yeah.
Like,
I have this surprising thing called old man strength. I don't know what the fuck it is, but like,
it happens.
I can pick up more shit now and not get any bigger, like heavier shit. I don't know.
You don't get your old man strength until like you're 35.
I think I didn't start getting old man strength until I was like 41 or so, man. And I started noticing it, like absolutely.
Oh, so I got some. So there's 3 puberties.
I don't know what it is, bro. It's something, man. But like,
I've always been able to lift heavy shit.
Yeah, but the thing about watch when you turn 41, 42, bro, it's gonna be. Or you're 41 now, right? Okay, probably 42. You're gonna notice this weird fucking change. We're like, God damn, I'm fucking strong as fuck, and I don't know where it came from.
Well, dude, my thing is like I do feel that I could, pick up a little bit more than what I used to be able to, but it just hurts more afterwards now.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
exactly.
I gotta take
That's
more
the
breaks.
caveat.
Like it just
I'll
hurts
lift
more
it.
after.
Yeah.
The Volkswagen, yeah, I'll lift it,
Mhm.
but I'm
When
gonna be hurt.
Yeah.
Me and my stepdad, he's let's be honest, senior citizen. We were.
I mean, you're almost there
doing
yourself.
I'm 38. Yeah. And he's my stepdad, so he's well in his 60s. We were redoing the deck, right? And I was like, we could start when we move out in the country. We can start our own business. We can be on your ass construction. We'll get the job done, but we're gonna sit on our ass while we do it. Because the entire deck, we just sat there and it sat on our ass and fucking pried board up and fucking pulled another one up. I sat down. I was sat down so much I had a fucking blister on the side of my foot from sitting Indian style on the deck for so long.
Bro, work smarter, not harder, bro. What's
I
the
guess,
reason?
yeah.
Why break your back? Sit down. If you
Use
can
the
sit down,
kid.
fuck it.
Use the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah.
The politically correct way to say that is keep it stupid simple.
Yeah. There you go.
We're not.
That's
trying
one to
be
put in your back
politically-
pocket, Skip.
I don't try to be politically correct. When I tell my guys on the weekend on Fridays when I give them their weekend brief, I tell them this is what I tell them: don't drink and drive, don't do domestic violence, don't do drugs, and don't be a dumbass. That's
If you don't
what I
have any
fucking
kids,
tell
wear a
'em, dude.
condom.
Yeah, that's the four
don't-
things I tell them. The 4 Ds
Don't go buy a new fucking car, you morons.
at 20%. Yeah.
Don't add to the population. Don't take away from the population. Don't let me get a phone call. Don't make the blotter. And if you do get arrested, establish dominance quickly. And if you go to war, wear a helmet.
Protect your booty.
I mean,
People always be like, "You gonna go pick up a sailor from jail?" I'm like, "Fuck no. My kids will stay in there overnight. They got themselves in and get themselves the fuck out."
That's my mom's exact thing. He's like, nope, he's sitting. Like I never got arrested. I've never even had handcuffs, even in a kinky way, put on.
that's weird.
So like,
You're missing out.
I probably am.
I don't buy it. Men plays with dolls.
No, I don't play with dolls. I don't play with dolls. All right.
Come on. You
I
have
do
to admit,
woodwork.
there is a
I
time
do woodwork.
when you voiced
Doll.
a doll when you were fixing it. Come on now. Yes, see? Like, ooh, stand me, daddy, stand me.
No.
Oh,
Nothing
gosh.
like that. Nothing like that.
That's some anime bullshit. Skip, what are you talking about?
Nothing
bro?
like that. No.
You know damn well
That's
he's
some-
got a little
No, that's
table
not even. That's
with a
not
plastic
even
key
anime.
set
That's
he has set
hentai
up.
type shit.
You want to make out? I want to make out right now. Let's go.
No, I haven't done that since G.I. Joe and Barbie.
Oh,
Man,
yeah.
but way back in the day. My sisters are twins and they're 2 years younger than me. So I played some fucking G.I. Joe and Barbie in my
Oh,
time.
yeah. I played He-Man
Yo.
and Barbie.
Have y'all seen the new Transformers?
No.
No, it's good.
Okay, I'm not gonna spoil it.
But is it good?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
It.
I hope
it's-
so, because the last like 2 or 3 have been terrible, I think.
Well, so
I
okay,
don't think
so
they were that good.
because Transformers detracted so far away from the comics or whatever, the 80 issues that were published or whatever. In this one, and this is part of the trailer, so I'm not giving anything away, but like Unicron, the first time he's ever mentioned or whatever, and the 80s movie Transformer or whatever took a lot of what the comics were, and Unicron was like one of the biggest fucking things in the comics, and now they're bringing that back. Right, and now you know that there was the Primals was another little spin-off of the comics too, so they're kind of mashing two different pieces of the comic together.
See,
So it's not bad, but I'm worried because of the end.
Okay. Don't
How
tell
they're
us.
gonna? Well, no, how it ends. I want y'all to go watch it because I really want to talk about it.
Is it
'cause
free on streaming right now?
Yeah. What did we watch it on? It's on one of our streaming networks, but it's free.
Peacock or one of those?
Something like that. Yeah, I think no, it's Paramount. It's Paramount.
Paramount. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on Paramount. But because we just watched it last night, but the ending or whatever, and you'll see what I'm talking about with the ending. But I think that'll be a good talking point on this.
Okay.
On how they do that, because that one's going to be, oh shit. So because now I told, after the ending, I told JC, I was like, well, I guess we have to go watch a whole nother series with you now.
There's two series that I don't really care about being comic authentic, is Ninja Turtles and Transformers.
Yeah. Well, I
didn't really know about those until way later. I grew up on Transformers and Ninja Turtles TV show. I didn't know anything about the fucking comics until I didn't know Transformers was a comic until just now.
You know who originally fucking came up with Transformers?
Me.
Marvel. Transformers was Marvel.
Yeah.
And it was supposed to only be a four issue series and ended up being 80. But it went through 4 different companies, I think, for publishing.
So the comic was before the cartoon series then, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That's how the cartoon series was derived.
I have a fun fact about Ninja Turtles too, is they are a exact not rip off, but a parody of Daredevil.
Ninja Turtles?
Yeah.
What? I've never heard that.
Yeah.
We got to fact check him.
There's a few other comic tropes that they parody, but one of them is mainly Daredevil.
Popped up. Was a homage / parody of Daredevil's origin story.
The green toxin essentially is how he got poisoned.
Well, it looks like, I don't know if that would be yeah, but that would just be something where they would mash the two together because that's how both of them were created. Yeah, that's what
there was other parody of
yeah, they just share the same origin. I don't think it's a parody. I think they're using the word origin a little bit different, or parody, but I think it's origin.
Yeah, parody's kind of made fun of.
Yeah, no, it's an origin story if both of them were together like that.
Oh no, see, it was a parody because he fights the hand in the comics.
Oh yeah. And
they
then
fight
the foot. Fight the foot.
There was another comic where
the other comic they fought the mouth, like the disease, the hand foot mouth.
Yeah. There was another comic their master was like I can't remember the exact name, but Splinter was like the smaller version of that name. The Stick or something, I don't know. But there was a bunch of different like comic book tropes that they were parodying.
Yeah, Stick sounds familiar.
I can.
Where was Stick from?
I love Ninja Turtles and Transformers are like my.
Right.
I had every single fucking Ninja Turtle toy.
I think all of us, except for
younger.
Maybe Skep, were right in between Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers.
I was. We had He-Man.
Yeah, well, see,
you were in between He-Man and Ninja Turtles.
I was still a little older when Power Rangers came out.
You still watched the fuck out of the original.
Well, yeah, I still watched it, but I still watched it, but I was still in that Ninja Turtle era.
Oh,
you were at that age. Did you like fawn over Kimberly or Trina?
I didn't.
Trini.
I didn't really like any of them.
Kimberly was mine.
Stick was the trainer for Matt Murdock and Elektra.
Yeah, for Daredevil.
Yeah.
That's what it was. I was like, Stick's familiar. I can't remember, but he was. Yeah.
Yeah, I never watched Power Rangers. Never watched it.
Had all the movies.
My cousins watched
Bro,
it. So I
Watched it. Had all the movies.
watched it.
I
with them.
watched it up until like I watched a little bit when they changed it to like instead of Tyrannosaurus, it was the red dragon. You know, they changed their animals.
That's when no, I didn't watch it after that.
the
So
movie.
stupid.
I watched a little bit
didn't-
after the movie, but then the first movie.
I didn't know they changed into animals.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have good things to say, and I hate to say that to somebody that's no longer living, but I actually met Jason David Frank in real life a few times in the MMA community here in Houston. And yeah, I don't have good things to say, but don't meet your idols is the
Was
key.
he just an asshole?
I don't idolize people.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, as a kid, like Green and White Rangers was holy shit, that was your favorite fucking Power Ranger. That's like meeting Donatello or fucking Leonardo. You know what I mean?
They made it that way though.
It's all about Michelangelo. Come on now.
They made it to where the Green Ranger and the White Ranger were like the fucking Power Ranger.
Yeah.
Like the best one.
he was cool. He had the long hair. He was just the cool guy. Yeah. I can tell like he's totally Jay's totally got the Green Ranger vibe right now.
Kind of.
I mean,
does.
I see it. You know who else is a fucking douchebag in real life? Fucking Toby Keith.
I never met Toby Keith.
That dude is a fuck. Well, AG, the only one that could probably relate with him. So he came over
like
for
the only
US.
stories I have are people like I don't want to talk bad about because they went through tragedies or died. So
Well,
No,
that's life though.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
my
we all have the
other
same
one's
disease.
Matt Hughes.
He was an
I've heard
asshole?
Matt Hughes was awesome.
He was a dick. My aunt met him and like he totally fucking was an asshole to her, and he was with a woman that was sitting on his lap that wasn't his wife.
I always heard that dude was legit. I don't know.
Mhm.
Well, Toby came over to a fucking USO tour while we were deployed or whatever. And anytime celebrities come over, we got to do security and all that bullshit. And this dude was literally like, so AG and I will fuck around each other between Army and Air Force, right? And all that shit. And it's fun. We know that there's really no crossing the line. And that's all fucking Toby would do, was just fucking knock on the Air Force. Like completely. He's like, Army this, Army that. Like it was all about the Army and nothing else. And I'm like, we all do a fucking job, bro.
Was he in the Army?
And he was like, I believe.
I don't think he ever served.
I don't know if he did or not. But either
Let's
way,
look that
like,
up. I don't think he did.
yeah. But he was just a fucking cocksucker about it. And when, and what's crazy, we left him. Like all the Air Force guys, we just fucking walked off, and they're like, "What are you doing?" And we're like, "We're not securing this motherfucker. He can go walk around a base by himself. I don't give a fuck." And then when he came to the Air Force side of the base or whatever, nobody showed the fuck up.
All right,
Toby
I was
Keith
right.
Didn't serve in the military.
Going live.
Yeah, he did not serve.
No. Oh, hold on. Let me pull this up. The mouse, wherever it's at. No, he did not.
Medical.
He did get medical reasons, so he did want to serve. He wasn't like me; he was just afraid to get shot, and he wanted to.
At this point, you should have served.
This dude, he was just a fucking dickhead, bro.
But
Well,
I was right;
that's
he
the
did not
thing is-
serve.
You don't get to fucking talk shit.
you can't talk shit if you didn't serve.
Exactly.
Yeah. Even if you wanted to.
Hey, I do it every now and then, just because like it's the stereotypical thing to do, and it does get like a little. I remember that joke, you know.
Yeah, but you can't put down one armed service and promote another one if you didn't serve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
You got to equally fucking joke on them if you didn't, you know, if you're going to.
I mean, you can't fanboy.
You can fanboy all you want, but
Yeah, but that
you can't talk
that's
shit.
different than
Probably.
putting down one and
Yeah.
Yeah.
promoting.
Yeah, I mean, but that's like the Army thing to do. That's like all a military thing to do. Let's be honest.
So everybody that I've ever met in all different fucking branches or whatever, like it will get like heated sometimes, you know, when it comes to like fucking around or whatever. But at the end of the day, everybody I ever met all has a mutual respect for what each branch mission is.
Yeah.
Well,
It's like picking on your little brother.
Except for the Coast Guard. Come on now.
And Space
When it comes to search and rescue with the Coast Guard, dude, you ain't fucking matching that.
Yeah, no.
To be honest with you.
I could
Well,
do
the
it.
Navy does, but you know.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Navy does that as well.
Yeah, Navy would probably do it even better.
We don't have Coast Guard. Well, we do, but I don't. They're not in my area. The Navy does it. We have a search and rescue unit here, which probably saves about 50 to 75 people every year. It's fucking crazy. Crazy.
Remember,
You probably got to go
Baby
to Alaska,
Jessica.
right? For the closest major
I don't know, man.
Coast Guard, like
I
near
think there's
you, like the
one-
first.
Bremerton area south of me, but
They're all over any fucking coast. There's
I think there's
forget
one near
what
the
the
sub base, Banger sub base, or the ship, the wet base down in Bremerton. I think they have a Coast Guard, but we just have a Navy unit.
Yeah, if
Now,
they're
here
not
you go. You want to promote them?
no, if they're not Coast Guard search and rescue, like that's about it. What do they call them? The fucking diver? What do they call those guys? I forget.
Swimmers?
Swimmer?
Yeah,
What?
rescue swimmers. Yeah, those
Yeah,
guys.
we have rescue swimmers
And
in the Navy. Yeah.
and those helo pilots. Those dudes are fucking legit.
Do y'all remember Baby Jessica that
Others
fell down
going
the
to
well?
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
If
think it
I'd call
was like
them legit.
late 80s, early 90s. Baby
They're
Jessica.
probably
fell
good
down the well.
pilots. You want to know who are fucking legit pilots? Fucking Kiowa pilots.
Oh
Those
well, yeah.
motherfuckers will fly 30 feet off the ground shooting motherfuckers with their service rifle out the door. I'm like,
That's
I will.
my guys in the Navy did that, man. My
the
unit. I was in.
pilots are doing this.
Yeah,
I'm
Not
like,
the pilots.
the fuck? You gotta think it's a Kiowa. They're small. There's two men. You know?
Yeah.
We had
That's what I thought,
H-60s,
like-
so Blackhawks or Payhawk or Blackhawks, but
Yeah, well, yeah, the Blackhawks, because you got actual
they got crew members
machine
on
guns
them.
on each side of them. Yeah,
Well,
I
they
tried to
still-
be a Blackhawk crew member.
They still fucking fly with crew in the back. When you got your door gunners, and then we'll have additional crew members that'll also either have an M4 or an M14. And they'll shoot that thing out the back, or they'll egress the 240.
But
And
this
fucking
is the fucking pilots, the two pilots
Yeah.
sitting there flying a Kiowa through an area, pulling support for us, shooting out their damn door with their M4.
that's
Like,
crazy.
what the fuck? Those
Little
dudes
bird.
were
All I'm
psychos.
picturing is fucking Rambo out the fucking door with the
Dude.
fucking. It's supposed to be
Basically what it
mounted
is.
LMG. Just.
Those dudes
Dude.
didn't give a fuck.
Well, the little bird pilots are the same way though.
hmm
I've been on a few of
I mean,
those.
that's basically what a Kiowa
Guys,
is.
Yeah.
Our guys, when we flew with doors off. So basically, that means the two cockpit doors on the front of the helicopter were removed before flight,
Yep.
so they could lean out and fucking see shit. Because the mission set we did was Spec War, so like they needed that extra fucking visibility. They needed that maneuverability. But the crazy thing is, they sit in their seat and they have seat armor. It's this little fucking piece of Kevlar that's like 8 inches wide that pops out. That protects their main vitals, dude. That's it. This little tiny fucking thing. Bloop. Like, y'all are fucking nuts. And they're like, yeah, we don't want the floor, because you could put armor down on the floor in the helicopter, in the cabin. They're like, we don't want the armor because it's too heavy. I'm like, what? You can't put 12 SEALs in a fucking helicopter like that and floor armor and expect to fucking take off, dude.
Yeah. No.
Let's be honest. Like anything over like a fucking like an AK shooting that high up is probably like the Kevlar is better than any steel because it's lighter.
Works
And
pretty
can
well.
still stop that
It's
bullet
still
because
heavy.
the velocity isn't going It's probably at its max velocity at that point.
So that will only protect you pretty much when you're on the ground. When you're in the air, you got to worry about fucking rockets. And that Kevlar ain't gonna do shit.
Well, that Kevlar is protecting the bullets that are coming at you, and most of the bullets aren't gonna be fucking 50 cal. You know what I mean?
You're mostly protecting the gearbox of the aircraft too.
Pretty much, yeah.
Because if you take you take one in the casing of the gearbox, and that helicopter's going down.
Yeah, that helicopter might be able to land safely without a pilot. Even maybe there's a possibility.
Which one?
But there's any helicopter.
Yeah,
No, I'm just saying, like, it might be low to the ground, but like you take that helicopter down and it's toast regardless. But if you take the pilot down, there's a chance. It's small, but there's a chance that the other people in the
I think just push A and you switch.
You want to save you want to at that point you want to save the fucking thing that's carrying you, not the person driving that thing. Is what I'm trying to get at.
So I think the only military helicopter that doesn't has two pilots is the Apache. Correct me if I'm wrong.
It is a gunner. Yeah,
because the Apache he's the gunner though. He's not a pilot though.
He's a gunner.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I don't know if
he's a Wizzo.
Was up there? I can't remember, but
I don't think there's controls on the Apache like that. But every other helicopter has two pilots.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I had a buddy that was like in my friend group in high school that now flies Apaches, and I didn't know that until like our 10-year reunion. I met up with him and I was like, I seen a fucking helicopter flying around. I have an Apache flying around our house. Yeah, that's me buzzing my daughter's house.
See, I want to go get my Hilo license. I've been thinking about it a lot lately.
It's another wild fucking helicopter is the Tiger the Aussies have. You seen that? It
kinda
looks like an Apache in a way. The Tiger helicopter is pretty fucking gnarly too. I think that's like a 2-seater where one's lower and one's upper and back.
That's exactly how the Apache is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I will say the Beast helicopter, the one that has done the most fucked up shit in its lifetime is the Huey, man. The H1.
That fucking Huey.
The Huey is a fucking monster.
The gunner in the Apache does have flight controls.
Oh, he does? Okay.
So it says both sections of the cockpit include flight and firing controls in case one pilot needs to take over full operations.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the Hueys are like a awesome thing in history, at least, because the unit I was in, the lineage from our
UH-1.
Yep, from our unit where it was today, or when I served there, and it just shut down recently this year, I think. Congress shut her down, but it was formed in Vietnam they were called HAL-3, Helicopter Attack Light 3, and all they did was spec war. They got helicopters, UH-1s from the Army, and then converted them to Navy, which really didn't mean a whole lot. They just put some guns on it and put some crew members, put Navy on the side. But so HAL-3 is actually, and there's this documentary about it. If you like history and documentaries, it's fucking phenomenal. They're called the Sea Wolves, but they're the most decorated aviation unit in Vietnam. And those guys, the mechanics would fix the fucking helicopter, get on it, and fucking go. And be gunners, swimmers, everything. The shit was wild, man. Those guys... And all I did was, their support along the Viet Cong and spec war. Putting the SEALs in, taking SEALs out. And providing aerial gunnery support and... close air support, CASEVAC, so casualty evacuation, shit like that.
Yeah,
those
there's
guys
only
are fucking beasts, man. I still talk to some of those guys that stay on like Facebook and shit because they got some history, man, some stories and shit.
I think Vietnam and Korea are like some of the most interesting wars.
Korea, dude, you want some of the greatest war stories of all time? Korean war vets. Those dudes were fucking nutty. nutty.
Yeah.
There was some heinous shit going on.
So here's the real question: would you rather fly combat style in a helicopter or combat landing in a C-130?
Combat and helo all day long.
Okay,
all day.
Fuck a combat drop.
Dude,
Fuck a
dude, the
combat drop.
combat
For
drop
us
in
that
the
didn't
C-130
serve, what's a
is
C-130?
terrible.
It's a cargo
Never heard of it.
aircraft.
Cargo plane.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
So it's like a
it's the four.
747.
No, it's the
The
prop.
ones you jump
so
out
you've
of
seen
in
'em.
COD.
It's a
Yeah.
Yes, that's-
prop.
Well,
Okay.
cargo
Like
plane.
Dumbo Drop.
That's a C-17
Yes,
in COD.
Dumbo drop. Dumbo drop is a
Whatever.
C-130.
C-130's
Just
got
a
props,
number.
4 props on it.
Warzone 1 was C-130.
Was it a
Just a
C-130?
number.
Yep. So, all
matter.
right. So,
They're
what a combat
low
drop
and
is,
slow,
Rebel.
man.
Okay.
I know what you're talking about now. I understand.
No, but do you know what the
No.
combat drop is?
Combat drop. Combat landing.
Yeah, that's where like they jumped out with their
No,
parachutes, right?
no, sir. No,
Okay,
sir.
what's that?
So basically, with a C-130 or whatever, or even C-17, C-5, they all do them. C-130 is the worst, though. Is
They just
basically
get low.
you're going from about 25,000 feet to the fucking runway in a matter of like 5 minutes ish.
You're fucking
yeah.
floating.
They just
You're literally basically you're
Yeah,
doing
they
circles. You
drop.
do circles, but you're at a 45-degree angle and
Yeah.
you're pointing at the fucking ground, just doing a fucking circle all the way down, and then they bounce off the fucking runway.
They do this.
And that's
yeah.
how you land in Iraq.
Yeah, that's how
Okay,
you
and,
in a combat
and
zone.
what else?
In a
And what
combat
else?
zone.
What was the other option?
Or
Or
the
do a
helicopter.
combat flight in
A
a helicopter. I've done it in a Black Hawk.
I'd probably do the
Blackhawks-
helicopter.
Like
Matt-
a roller
Matt-
coaster, dude.
That's what she said.
Map of the Earth in a Black Hawk was fun.
Dude, have
actually.
you ever-
That's what I told her.
Have you ever
I'd
done
Map of the
a,
Earth
helicopter.
combat flight in a Chinook was terrible.
bro? Those things
Oh,
are
what?
fucking gangster, man. Chinooks.
Chinooks.
Yeah, so I've done it in a Little Bird or whatever, and those things are agile as fuck.
But
My-
a Black Hawk was fun. Chinook was a little worrying
My
because you can't see
fucking-
shit.
Bro, when
But a
now?
C-130, that was nuts. That puts your stomach in your throat.
Yeah,
I wish
So-
I had stories from my great grandpa. He was a belly gunner.
Ooh, that's fun.
He was tiny man, belly gunner though. He actually, I guess there's a story on him that during training his shit went down. Something along the lines of training went wrong or something, and his shit went down. But obviously he survived that. But he just passed a couple years ago.
Oof. So,
Dude,
the scariest fucking plane I've ever been on was a fucking Osprey.
oh god.
Osprey? Well, yeah, 'cause
Those-
that's a fucking death trap.
Dude, literally, you hear the fucking rivets rattle every time that
You gotta tell us
as it's flying.
what
It's
plane
horrible.
this
It's a
is.
V-22.
It's a V-22. It's in the Transformer movie.
It's basically the wings can rotate upwards and
It's-
become a helicopter. So the blades are vertical and they can lift off vertically and then slowly
So like some
rotate.
Iron Man
And it
shit.
has two giant ass fucking props that
Yeah, they're fucking
I've
I've had
lawnmowers.
okay,
dude.
38
I got it
years
up.
on this plane.
I've got it up.
Like,
I
are
got
you
it up.
talking about like
They're fucking.
all I know is
dangerous,
like
dude.
some future?
are Osprey.
They're fucking.
That's
I don't know. I wouldn't get on another one.
dude. Literally, you fucking. I'm telling you right now.
Mine's
You
not
hear
loading.
every.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
loading.
mine's not loading either.
Here, I'll shut it down. Let me do it again. There it is. You literally hear the rivets rattling as you're flying in it.
I've only seen that in the up position, so I thought that was a helicopter.
Nah,
No,
it's
no.
an Osprey. Yeah,
And those propellers are
they're fucking massive. Yeah, massive. You know what I would say is probably next
There
to
it
that
is,
one.
right here.
Oh, I've
is
got one of
flying on a
those
Look how-
C2 COD, man.
in GTA.
So I don't know if you guys probably never been on a naval ship or a carrier before, but if you're getting on and off the ship and you're far enough away from land, there's two ways to get off. Is either by the H-60, the helicopter, and most of the time you won't get that ride. Most of the time you get what's called a ride on a C2 COD, which is a logistics type aircraft. And they are a 2-prop plane, and they kind of, I don't know how to explain what they look like, but you could probably find it on the web somewhere. A C2 cod. We call it a cod, or basically what you're doing is you're going to take a cat shot off the fucking carrier deck. Plane. So the catapult. So steam powered catapult is going to launch you off the fucking carrier deck in this plane. Well, in this plane, if you can see farthest picture to the right, I think. Yeah. So the way, so that you can see which way the aircraft is going, right there in the photo, you're sitting inside of that in the tube facing backwards when you're getting ready to take off on the fucking carrier. So you're facing backwards. Scary. You're buckled in a 5-point. And when they launch you, dude, you're going from 0 to over 100 miles an hour in like less than 3 seconds, I think it is. And you dip off the end of off the pointy nose of the ship. So off the bow, when that thing comes off the fucking, the cat shot, it will dip and take you back up. And you're doing this all fucking, you're sitting backwards. You're like, ugh, you know, dude, it is the most violent fucking thing I have ever experienced in my life, bro. First of all, you're sitting on it at full military power. What is the
logistically reason why they're sitting backwards?
I fucking don't know, bro. But
all right, I think Skep wins this one.
So basically what happens is you're sitting in there and they have to go up to full military power, so full engine power while they're sitting on this cat. So this plane's just fucking woo, woo, woo. You're sitting in the thing like this backwards and you're fucking rocking around, shaking, and then all of a sudden you just, all this force just fucking push you back, bro. It is so fucking violent, dude. I don't know how these pilots do this shit all day long, bro. I don't.
I think I'd still rather do that than a combat landing in a C-130.
Yeah. It's over quick. It's like 4 or 5 seconds and you're like, okay, you're good. But it's still scary as fuck.
Well, so with the first time I did the combat drop, we had the fucking I had the fucking loadmaster. He came by or whatever, and that was back whenever I dipped or whatever, and he grabbed my bottle from my hand, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Then he brought it back, and it was all nice and cleaned out. And I was like, oh, cool, thanks. And he goes, put the cap on as tight as you can. And I was like, all right. Dude, we got down on the ground. That motherfucker was flat.
From the G-forces?
That shit imploded like fucking the fucking
pressure.
Damn submarine, bro. Like that shit was bad.
When you go from altitude down to like sea level, basically, and if you have a closed bottle, the
depressurizes.
PSI, natural PSI in the air is higher the lower you go, so it crushes the bottle. Science,
and it hurts your fucking ears.
Yeah, can.
I don't think my ears are covered for 3 days. Well, and then when I was in Japan, bro, when we were doing some shit, they got a fucking reserve unit, airlift, or whatever, and it was some brand new fucking lieutenant who was still doing his training hours. And they're like, oh, he's got to do a combat drop to be able to pass this portion. And there's just 5 of us on the plane or whatever. And I was like, I fucking hate y'all. I was like, there's no reason for this.
Training pilots are some of the scariest motherfuckers out there, bro.
Yeah, well, so on this one, though, like, I cussed them out because I was like, this is fucking stupid. But they let me sit in the fucking jump seat in the C-130. You know that back seat in the C-130? They let me sit in that while it was going down. That was quite scary.
The shitty thing is you can't really see anything. There's small windows.
During a combat drop, you can see the ground.
Well, you got the back
because you're angled that far.
Well, if you actually have a window near you, because there isn't many windows on that thing.
So like you know how whenever like on the C-130 when you go up or whatever, and then you got the 2 fucking pilot seats, and then there's that one seat right there, right at the ladder.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I was sitting in that one right there by the fucking ladder, so I could see all of the.
Yeah, right. If you're in the back talking about planes, seats, you don't get to see shit.
We're talking about planes. What plane is in DuckTales?
DuckTales? Is that a seaplane? What is that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you
go, Rebel. This is after it's already come way down.
Yeah.
Ready?
That shit.
This is already where you're getting pretty close to the ground. Ready? Watch this fucker. Just goes. "Oop, let me take a dive."
This is the circles.
This is after the circles. This is when you're coming into the runway.
Yeah.
And he just comes like straight down, right till he gets above the runway, and then
See,
hits the ground.
I'm so dumb to flying. I've only flown maybe 4 or 5 times my entire life. I would have thought that was standard.
No.
I got you beat. I've never flown.
All right, this is the DuckTales.
Never
Yeah,
flown.
it's a seaplane.
Evidently, there was 2 different ones because I remember this one, but there was this one too, and I do kind of remember this one too because I remember the lightning striking it. It does say sea duck.
Hmm.
You're muted again, Skep.
I was just saying I've been in a plane once that got struck by lightning when we were going to Seychelles. Flew through a thunderstorm and got struck by lightning on the nose radome, the nose cone. And it was so loud and it shook the whole aircraft. It felt like, I don't know, like something crashed into it. Like it was hit with a giant fucking baseball bat. And just the sound, it was like, I don't know, a crack, like just loud fucking crack. And this blue, like, orb looking thing fucking you could see. I think it was the light and the bolts, electricity traveling down the sides of the plane. But it was like this blue orb that went down the tube of the fucking aircraft. And it struck the nose of the plane, which hit the lightning strips, which are there to direct electricity. And they travel down the plane and out these things called static wicks that dissipate the electricity. And they're there to take damage, basically. But when we landed, I had to do an inspection on the aircraft. And it had blown rivet heads out. I was looking down the side of the plane, there'd be like 4 or 5 rivet heads blown out, just missing, gone. All the way down to the very back of the plane. And on the very back of the plane, on the horizontal stabilizer, on the very tip, it was just blown out. Like probably a 1-inch hole just fucking burned out of it, like melted when the last bit of electricity escaped.
G21 Goose.
But that being said, plane exactly is fine.
That's the fucking DuckTales plane that I remember G21? Right there.
Nice.
Grumman G21 Goose.
Yeah, it's a little seaplane, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a seaplane. Small cargo area.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But that's crazy. Could you imagine if you're like just happened to be touching that wall? I mean, it may not have like flown through your entire body, but your fingertips still would have felt that fucking electricity going through the fucking plane.
Yeah, I mean, the interior of the aircraft is all like panels and shit, so.
You could see it, you could touch it probably. You know what I mean? Like it still would affect you if you like happen to be touching the walls of the plane when it hit.
You would feel it through your hand, but not the electricity. Yeah. Probably just the vibration.
Yeah. That probably would have. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Just to think of like just feeling electricity.
It didn't do anything to the plane really, except physically. Like there was some light damage to it. I would say you could still fly it easy, no problem.
Yeah, I would think like the internals are within like a Faraday cage.
Well, planes are designed in such a way to dissipate electricity in case of a lightning strike or excessive static electricity. Way. So any plane that's parked is grounded usually with a fucking grounding strap because of static electricity. But the planes, they dissipate electricity pretty well. I mean, they're designed to, so they do take some damage.
It's crazy seeing the static electricity build up in blades. When you're on a Chinook helicopter, the static electricity in the blades, it's nuts.
That and sand hitting them. Have you ever seen sand hitting them? It's like fucking sparks. It's like
Sparks.
yeah. It's like a light bug show.
You would think like you only think static electricity between like socks and the carpet, but like that shit, anything where something rushes past another surface at a fast pace causes that shit.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
So
man.
like wind, like a wind on a spoiler will cause a lot of static electricity.
Oh yeah, just flying an aircraft. You fly an aircraft, and it's creating static on it as it flies. Pretty wild shit, man. But those planes are, I mean, they could take a fucking beating, dude. A beating. It's wild.
Yeah, but they still have a Jesus nut. One thing that can take it down.
Yeah, that's, I mean, the stabilizer, the horizontal one.
Yeah, that was the...
Yeah. Like, it can take a beating, but it comes down to, like, one thing.
There are some things.
There's a bunch of little one things, but like if one thing fails, the whole plane's going down.
Well, in that case, that's like mechanical. Nuts. You know what I mean? Mechanical fails are pretty rare. Most of the time, it's human error that causes an aircraft to crash. But mechanical failures, there's usually, and normally, and not in the Jesus nut case, but there's usually probably 4 times over redundancy at least. On everything. Even hydraulic systems have 3 systems minimum, at least on modern aircraft. There's one primary system, a secondary system, and a backup system. So even if one loses pressure, you can section it off and still maintain like primary flight controls. And then you can flip your backup system on and operate certain things. But so even if you lose I lost hydraulics, essentially you've lost a system and you can still fly the plane and land it somewhere. So just to make you feel better about it.
Yeah.
Electrical's the
you
same
can always
way.
glide a plane too. Like you can fly a plane with no power at all.
Yeah, they glide pretty well.
Glide it. Yeah.
For the most part.
So that's where
not all planes, but yeah.
there's planes that go up and they fly for fucking miles with no engine at all.
Yeah.
So like that's my fail safe. Like in my head, like this, I'm gonna be okay because there's fucking gliders out there, and this plane is built way better than a fucking glider.
At a certain point,
not built to glide.
Specific.
Hey, don't ruin that for me.
At a certain point, a commercial aircraft like a 737 or something, which is or an Airbus A320 or whatever, at a certain point in airspeed, there is no more lift. So
yeah,
yeah, you're gonna go down. But I always
just go watch Sully.
The fucking pilot is gonna take us down somewhere that's possibly safe. If it's a fucking freeway, let's do that.
Yeah.
That's not safe though.
No.
For us, it's a little bit safer than fucking Piney Woods where we're gonna hit every tree on the way down.
That's more safe than doing it on a freeway, I'll tell you that.
Sometimes.
Who's gonna has more okay, yeah. You're probably right.
So well
now that I think about it, yeah.
We're wrapping it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's wrap it, man. We're gonna wrap a little early today. Oh, yeah.
So I can get to bed.
Yeah. Tim has got it. He needs a spray bottle to spray that sand out of his giner.
What it is Tuna finally crossed that line of old.
If I wasn't up at 4:00 this morning, I'd be all right.
Gross.
Whatever age he is right now, like that midway point or whatever it is, he crossed that line. He's now
I'm
old.
36. Yeah, I'm 36.
He's somewhere around there.
Yeah, that's where I started feeling it too. About
when you start forgetting your 36. Age. How old am I?
Yeah,
I've been doing that for like 4 years now.
All right.
Hey, I was lucky and was born in 85, so like I can just add or subtract 5 years, and I'm good. I got my age.
I suppose
5s are easy to add and subtract.
Yeah, I suppose. Well, shit, man. Let's wrap it.
All right.
Fuck, Jay, man. I appreciate you coming on last second, dude.
Absolutely.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
Of
Clutch.
course.
Yeah, when you said sickly, I was like, oh, this might work out good.
Yeah, fucking avoiding the plague. I was to say I'd be drinking with you, but I'm not trying to lower any of the immune system that I have right now. So I've been
I
drinking
imagine,
vitamin C.
You sick right now?
His whole
No.
family is.
Oh my god, dude.
Basically,
Oh,
the little one hasn't had anything, and I haven't had anything. But they went to school day one. My oldest didn't go to school day two because she's puking.
Jesus.
Basically, got a 24-hour bug. It looks like so.
Well, I hope everybody gets feeling better, man. Damn.
Yeah, just stay away from me.
I will do that.
Sub
Trust
plans
me.
are hard enough without doing them at the beginning of the year without textbooks.
You. All right, Tuna.
Well, guys, I
Let's
love
wrap
y'all.
it.
I'm
right.
bouncing.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
Peace, guys.
Shaq.
Okay.